Hi guys, welcome back to Spelling and Word Study. My name is Mrs. Rhoades and I'm here today to get you started on Unit 7, CK Words. Please take a second to grab your red book. It should be open to page 47. You'll also need some colorful crayons, markers, or pencils. Remember, whatever I mark up on my board, you should be marking here. All right, so for the last 6 weeks, we were learning about short vowels, A, E, I, O, and U, which make the sounds A, E, I, A. Last week, we played around with words that have a short vowel plus a bonus letter. Remember, bonus letters are those double letters that show up at the end of a word, like FF in puff, SS in miss, ZZ in buzz, and LL in fill. This week we're going to continue working with short vowels, but we're going to be talking about something called a digraph. CK come together to make one sound, okay? And that sound is K. We wouldn't pronounce this B-A-K. That would just sound weird, right? So we put the CK together to make the word B-A-K, back. So CK is what we call a digraph. Two letters that come together to make a new sound. Kind of like SH makes sh and CH makes ch. Those are some other digraphs that we'll talk about later. But let's start by reading our list. Please repeat after me, and as you do, listen for that K sound at the end of each word. Here we go. Back, deck, duck, kick, lick, lock, neck, puck, sack, sock. Did you hear that K at the end of each word? Great. So here's what I want you to notice. That CK pattern only shows up at the end of a word, or when we're talking about bigger words, it shows up at the end of a syllable. But this week, we're going to be practicing CK at the end of a word. And what I want you to notice is it only shows up after a short vowel. I'll show you what I mean. Choose a color, and I want you to draw a box around the ACK in back. This chunk right here, ACK, says ack. We find it again in the word sack. Okay? So on our key, we're going to say blue box equals ack. Okay, that's an important chunk for you to learn. And notice, if you change the first letter, you can make all different words. Back, sack, rack, tack. Okay? All right, let's choose another color. And this time we're going to put a box around the ECK in deck. ECK says eck. We see it again right here in the word neck. In our key, red box equals ECK. All right, choose a third color and put a box around the UCK in duck. That chunk says uck. We see it again in the word puck. Duck and puck rhyme because they both end with the same vowel sound and then consonant sound, uck. Green box equals uck. All right, 2 vowels to go. Right here, put a box around the I-C-K in kick. And again, the I-C-K in lick. Both of these words have an I-C-K chunk which says ick. All right, we have 1 vowel left. I bet you guys already spotted it. Up here, we have the O-C-K in lock and the O-C-K in sock. Pink box equals O-C-K. All right, so here's what I really want you to focus on this week. I want you to notice that CK only shows up after a short vowel. It only makes the sounds ack, ek, uck, ick, and ock. That's it. You would never see CK at the beginning of a word like cup. You would never see CK at the end of a long vowel word like make or take. You would never see CK with a bossy E after it, okay? You're only going to use CK to make these chunks. Ack, ek, uck, ick, ock, okay? Once you learn those 5 chunks, you can make tons and tons of words by just changing that initial sound. You can put a different consonant in there, a different blend, a different digraph, okay? All right, so last week we started learning about verbs. Remember, verbs are action words, things you can do like run, eat, smile, play. And I had you go through last week's list and mark off the words that could be used as a verb. So for instance, the word duck. Okay, now I'm not talking about the bird that swims on ponds and quacks. That's a duck. I'm talking about a different meaning, duck, right? So if you're at a baseball game and you're sitting in the stands and someone hits a ball into the stands, people might yell, duck, right? And so you're gonna go like this so you don't get hit. So duck can be something you do. Kick, of course, that's a verb, right? Because that's something we do with our foot. We kick a ball. Lick is another verb, right? I lick a lollipop. I lick an ice cream cone. Lock can be used as a verb, right? We can talk about a lock, but we can also talk about to lock, like I locked the door. All right, neck is a thing, puck is a thing, sack is a thing, and sock is a thing. So let's just stick with these 4 examples. In our key, that orange V equals verb. And a verb is an action word. It is something we do. Now, we talked last week about past tense verbs, right? Sometimes we're using verbs to describe something we're doing right now. I'm kicking the ball. Sometimes we want to talk about something that already happened. Yesterday at practice, I kicked the ball. So with the way we turn a verb into the past tense to make it sound like it happened in the past is we add ed. I ducked so I wouldn't get hit the ball. I kicked the winning goal in my soccer game. I licked my ice cream before it dripped down my hand. Notice in all of these cases, the ed sounds like a T, right? Ducked, kicked, licked. But we know better. We're not going to get tricked. We know that if we want to make it sound like it already happened, we add ed. I locked the door. Ducked, kicked, licked, locked. I've taken all those words now and I put them in the past tense. Okay, when you get to page 50 in your book this week, you're going to have more practice taking words that end with CK and putting them into the past tense. So you'll take pack and you'll change it to packed, kick, kicked, lick, licked. Okay? Remember, you're adding ED, not a T. All right, real quick, let's make sure we understand all of our words. So back can be a body part, right? Like I scratch my back. Or it can be a place, like I had to go to the back of the line. A deck can also mean a couple things. It can be a back porch, right? Like some people have chairs and a grill and a table on their back deck. But it can also be part of a ship, right? The pirates had to swab the deck. So it could be the floor on a ship. Two totally different things. It could also be a pack of cards, right? Before you play solitaire, you have to make sure you have a full deck. You need all 52 cards. So keep in mind, the word deck has multiple meanings, okay? Duck, we talked about, could be the animal that quacks, or it could mean to duck. Kick, something you do with your foot. Lick, something you do with your tongue. Lock, something you do to keep something safe, so you can lock your door, you can lock your car. Neck, that's your body part that holds up your head. Puck, that's something that you see in hockey, right? When hockey players try to score goals, what they're doing is they're taking this big, heavy, flat puck and they're trying to hit it into the goal. I think, yeah, if you go back to the beginning of your unit, right here, we have two kids playing hockey, and this thing right here is the puck. They're trying to get that puck into the goal. All right, sack could be a big bag. Like if you've seen pictures of Santa Claus, he's holding a sack of toys. Sometimes when you pick up a little kid, they feel like a sack of potatoes, right? It means they're really heavy. So a sack is just a bag, right? Some of the fairy tales you might see like a sack of gold, right? So it's just a big bag. And then sock, something that keeps your feet warm. You guys know what that is. All right, good luck. Take care, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.